my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I would love to have you subscribe, like, comment, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So today's video is going to be another collab with my beautiful and talented friend, soul sister, and mentor, Steph, Not Your Basic Steph. If you guys have not subscribed to her channel yet, I don't know how that's possible, but if you haven't, you must. You simply must. I will have her channel linked in my description box. You have got to immediately go to her channel, subscribe, and watch her videos. You will absolutely love her. She is one of the most talented makeup artists I have ever seen in my life, and she truly is my sister. We decided quite a while ago that we were separated at birth, a few years apart, and in 2 different countries. But you know what? Facts schmacks. So Steph and I both have a palette in common. She actually got this for me for Christmas. And I thought what I would do is show you the color story of the 6 shades, not 5, 6, that Steph randomly selected from this palette for our palette bingo today. And this is the color story. Isn't that gorgeous? And I was so glad that Steph chose the shades this time around, because the last time we did a palette bingo, I chose all the neutral shades out of the Jackie Aina ABH palette. And Steph loves colorful eye looks. So I was like, okay, fine, Steph, you win. You go, girl. So what I would like for you guys to do is guess which palette you think this is and put it in the comment section. And if you're right, I guess you just get the joy of being right. Now, what palette is this? It's the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette. Yes. I have one other Beauty Bay palette. I have the Beauty Bay Bright palette, and I love it. So I don't have a ton of experience with Beauty Bay palettes, but I love this color story, and I was so happy that Steph got this for me for Christmas. We were talking on the phone shortly before Christmas, and she was telling me all about all the palettes that were on sale on the Beauty Bay website, and all of a sudden she's like, wait, don't go on the website. Don't go look at anything. And I'm like, okay. And then shortly after that, I got a package in the mail from her with this in it. But I did wait until Christmas morning to open this, like she asked me to. I was a good girl. So this is the color story. This is so gorgeous. There are 20 shades in here. I think I counted 12 mattes and 8 shimmers. And I'll show you the 6 shades that Steph randomly selected from this palette. So this one here is Rsvp. It's kind of like a, I don't know, tan colored matte, probably the most neutral shade in the palette, which I thought was kind of funny. And then we have Speakeasy, this beautiful kind of grape toned purple. Then we have Flapper. This is more of a magenta toned purple. Then we have Champagne, this beautiful champagne colored shimmer. Then we have this color here called Hope. It's this beautiful turquoise matte. And then we have Revival, this gorgeous turquoise shimmer. And I just think this is such a beautiful color story. I mean, it's very opulent. It does really live up to its name. So, like I said, this is the color story. So if you guys are interested to see my look that I'm going to create with the 6 shades that Steph randomly selected from the Age of Opulence Beauty Bay palette for our palette bingo collab, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. All right, let's get started with this look using the 6 shades that Steph randomly selected from the Age of Opulence Beauty Bay palette. Now, I do not have any of my face makeup on. I do have my eyebrows done, and this eyelid is primed in the Queen Nubia Cosmetics eyeshadow base, and I do have a little bit of concealer on. And let's go ahead and start with the palette here. Now, I am going to take the easy road out. I'm going to be using the blues on the lower lash line and the purples and the champagne shade and the Rsvp shade on the lid. I know, but I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to start off with Flapper here, and I'm going to use my little Eco Tools brush, and I'm going to put that down kind of in my like transition area, but also in my outer V. So let's start out here, and then I'll just kind of work my way into my transition area here. And ooh, that's very pretty. Ooh, that's a very nice magenta purple shade. I love it. And I was so excited that Steph got this for me for Christmas, because I had been eyeing this palette for a long time. This one, and I think, what's it called? The Wilderness palette. I was like, I need to get myself those. And so when I opened this up, I was like, oh, yes. I was so happy. I did take a week off from filming. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but I did take a week off. I don't know. I have been going through kind of a tough few weeks, and I'm not going to go into a ton of detail here. And I know I got a little bit of that purple on the lid, but you know what? I'm going to cover it up with the Champagne Shimmer shade, so it'll be fine. And this is a beautiful shade. It is going down very nicely. It's blending out nicely. I love it. I just kind of wanted to create the shape of the eye look with this first, and then kind of go into some other colors. But yeah, I have gone through kind of a tough few weeks here, and last week was kind of the worst of the few weeks that I've been dealing with. I am going through a pretty intense premenopausal episode, a situation, I guess you could say. And like I said, it's been going on for a few weeks. This last week was the worst. I have had like basically cramps that feel like I'm in labor. which has been really tough to deal with, and it's been like exhausting me basically. So I took the week off, not really on purpose. It just kind of happened that way because I was coming home from work and just basically eating dinner and going right to bed. And then in the morning, I just really couldn't get up early enough to film. I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna sleep as long as I can sleep. So I did get a hold of my doctor a couple times actually, and she did call me in a pretty high dose of progesterone to kind of calm everything down. You know, I'm 47 and apparently my hormones are like, hormones, what? We're out of here, see you later. So yeah, I don't know. It's just been kind of crazy and not really what I had anticipated at this stage of the game of my life. But you know, I am at that age where this can start to happen. So I do see my doctor on March 3rd. God, that's gorgeous. Whew, love it. And I think, I don't know, but I'm kind of thinking that maybe what needs to happen is a hysterectomy at some point in my near future. Because if this continues, I just really can't handle it. It's just not something that I really want to deal with anymore. And I don't mean to be like, you know, oversharing here, TMI, but I feel like we're all adults here, I would assume. And yeah, it's just kind of the natural course of a woman's life. Hooray. I like that. I know I'm probably going to mess around with that a little bit more, but now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with my BH Cosmetics brush. I'm going to go into Rsvp, this kind of lighter tan matte, and I'm going to blend that shade out with this. I really didn't know what else to do with this shade. I was like, well, this is kind of the more neutral shade of the bunch. I had planned on doing my whole eyeshadow palette collection video and declutter and all that stuff last week, and I just couldn't do it. I was so like burnt out when I would get home from work. I was like, yeah, no, not doing it. But I still want to do that. And then I also have some other fun videos coming. I do have a collab video coming with my friend, a new friend here on YouTube. Her name is Laurie Latimer, and I think her channel name is Sister Fantastic or Sis Fantastic, and she is amazing. She and I connected, oh, I don't know, within the last couple of weeks here on YouTube, and I love her. And she asked me if I wanted to do a collab, and I'm like, yeah. And she has the best idea for our collab. I'm not going to give it away, but it's going to be really fun. So I'm going to go back into Flapper a little bit because I took a little bit too much of that away and just kind of add that back in a little bit right here. So that's going to be really fun. And then I also got some really fun new things from Queen Nubia Cosmetics. And I am now a brand ambassador for that brand. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be using those products soon in a video. And then my beautiful friend Pia here on YouTube, her channel name is Makeup by Pia W. She told me she was going to send me a sample beauty palette all the way from Denmark where she lives. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so awesome. And not only did she send me the palette, but she sent me a bunch of other makeup and even some cat treats for my kitty cats, and they were thrilled. Okay, let me grab another brush here. And all of the cat treats are basically gone now. I was like, geez. And Reggie, I have two cats, Reggie and Bitsy. And Reggie doesn't usually eat treats, but man, he wolfed those things down. So Pia, thank you so much. And I just am so excited to use all the fun goodies she sent me. Okay, now I'm going to go into Speakeasy with this little, what is this? AliExpress brush. I'm going to put that in my outer V here. Just kind of deepen that up. Yes, gorgeous. And my husband, I've mentioned in a couple other videos, he broke his finger at work in October. He had it smashed in between two logs. He works at a mill. And we've been dealing with that for months, obviously, since October. And he went back to the doctor a week and a half ago. And basically what they told him was that he has what's called a non-union. So the bone, I'll show you here, it broke right here at this knuckle. And this bone is just not regrowing to join the knuckle again. So yeah, they call that a non-union. So they gave him two different options. They said, we can either amputate that part of your finger, no, or we can fuse it. And I think he's pretty much decided on the fusion. Right now, they're just kind of giving him some more time to see if it'll heal. He goes back to the doctor on March 8th, I think. And they're just going to kind of, you know, do another x-ray and see what's going on. And this shade is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's such a really nice grape, like deep grape purple shade. And it's blending out so beautifully. And it's very pigmented and just looks amazing. I am in love with this. So we'll see how that goes. You know, kind of have to time our surgeries around each other's apparently now. Jeez. So I don't think we both need to have surgery at the same time. But like I said, the progesterone that my doctor called me in has really kind of calmed things down. So I don't know, that might be like a band-aid for me for a while until my husband can have his surgery, because I kind of think he needs to have that first, although he would probably think I need to have mine first. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? Okay, love it. Now I am going to go back in a little bit more with Flapper. Yes, I am. And just make sure that that's a little bit more blended out and just looks a little bit more diffused there. And then I'm going to put that champagne shimmer across the lid. Now I'm going to go back into Rsvp, and I'm going to put a little bit more of that down just to make sure it's nice and diffused. And then my sweet son, my baby doll, he came home on Saturday night. You know, he was kind of aware of what's going on with me and that I was kind of having a rough time. So he and his girlfriend came and stayed here on Saturday night. They live about 45 minutes away, going to college. And so it was so nice to have him here. Just the whole air changes when he walks in the door. It's just light and funny and happy, and I love him. He's just a great kid. Really fun to be around. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the Champagne Shimmer Shade with this little cream shader brush from Jessup. Yeah, Jessup. Geez, I've used this a million times. And I'm going to go into Champagne, like I said, and I am going to spray that. You know, I don't have my face makeup on, but you know, like I say every time, why do you want to clean things up if you don't have to, you know? Hence the state of my kitchen right now. Oh, wow. Oh, that's gorgeous. I have the Beauty Bay Bright palette, which I mentioned, I think, at the beginning. Yeah. And it is so beautiful. The shimmers are so nice. And this is just as equally as beautiful and wonderful as the shimmers in that palette. And I'm really excited to use the Revival shade. This one right here, this really turquoisey shimmer. And, you know, I'm probably going to slap myself and be very sorry that I didn't put that on the lid. But you know what? This is what we're doing today, folks. This is what we're doing. And I'm sure Steph will go absolutely crazy with that Revival shade. So whatever you're missing from my video, you're going to get from Steph's, I promise you. You will get the amazing woo, yeah, look from Steph, because I'm probably not going to provide that today. And I'm filming this on Monday night. I was supposed to film it yesterday, Sunday, and I don't know, I just was not feeling it. And I was trying to get my son to come on my channel with me. I'm like, if you will come on my channel, I will film today. And he's like, because he was like, Mom, you should film today. And I'm like, if you come on my channel, I will. And he's like, no, but I swear I'm going to get that child on my channel at some point. Okay, I'm going to go back into Speakeasy just a little bit here and put that down just kind of to chill out that harsh line with that shimmer. And then now back into Flapper just a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna do the lower lash line. I'm gonna start with the waterline. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Amethyst Hour. And I'm gonna put that in my lower waterline. Yes, I have to repeat myself a couple times to make sure everybody gets the gist here. Or I just am old and I forget that I've already said something. All right, let's put this down here. I love this shade, and I just thought it would be fun to have like a light purple waterline with this, because I want the blue shades that I'm going to be using on the lower lash line to maybe pop a little bit more or have like a little bit of a contrast with the waterline. I don't know. We'll see here. And I just cannot wait to see Steph's video. It's going to be so much fun to watch. I love watching her do her looks. Oh my God. I know I say it every single time, but man, she's good. She's so good. Now I'm going to grab this brush here and I'm going to go into Hope. I'm going to put that down towards the outer part of the lower lash line here and see how that looks. I think it's going to be quite pretty. Ooh, that's really nice. I love turquoise eyeshadows. They do make me get a little nervous. But you know, they look beautiful on the lower lash line, so that's wonderful. And I think it's fun to have a really cool, different pop of color on the lower lash line, and Steph did such a good job. I mean, I know she randomly selected these shades, but the Random Generator app did a great job because it's fun to have like a variety of shades that you can just kind of play with. It's really fun. And I know I always say this, but you know, these are shades I probably would never have put together. Like, you know, if I was going to do a look with this palette, I don't think I would have picked these 6 shades necessarily. But I'm really glad that she chose them because they're beautiful. I love them. And this is a very nicely pigmented blue shade, turquoisey blue. It's gorgeous. And I do like how that purple looks in the waterline in contrast with this blue shade. It's beautiful. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Now I am going to grab my little brush here, my little lipstick brush that I always use for my lower lash line. I'm going to go into Revival, and I am going to spray this because it's not like flaky really, but I don't know, kind of. I mean, look at that. Look at the payoff. Jeez. Put that down towards the front part of my lower lash line. That is so gorgeous. Holy cow. I might even bring that out a little bit more across the lower lash line because that is so pretty. God, that's gorgeous. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's just kind of strange. Like I'm discovering as I age, which, you know, I knew this was going to happen to me at some point. I mean, I think, you know, most of us know as we age that we're going to go through this time of our life, but it's weird when you get to a point where like you have no control over what's going on with your body. I'm like, what the hell? Like this has never happened to me before. I mean, you know, I've had some premenopausal moments before this, but whew, this just totally took me by surprise. I was like, okay, I don't know who thinks this is a great idea, but I certainly don't. So let's wrap it up, folks. So yeah, I think it'll be good once I'm able to kind of like figure out the plan here and get her done. I love the blue on the lower lash line. Okay, now I'm going to do my inner corner, and I am going to stick with Champagne because I don't really think anything else would really work that well for this. I always think I have all my brushes all ready to go, and then I discover that no, I don't. Okay, so let's go into Champagne. Like I said, I'm going to put that in my inner corner. My inner corner. Ooh, that is lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I know this kind of looks a little funky, but you know what? I'm not done yet. I have to put all my face makeup on. I have to put my eyeliner on and my mascara on. So I think it's all going to come together. You just kind of have to trust the process here, right? Right? Yeah, we do. But it does feel really good to be filming again. I miss it. You know, it's funny. I have had my channel since April, and I really haven't taken like a dedicated break. Like, you know, sometimes I don't film as much as other weeks, but I don't think I've ever taken like a whole week off of filming. And I didn't realize how much I really missed it until I wasn't doing it. And I was like, man, I gotta film again. And it feels really good to be filming. And Steph and I were gonna do this last week, but she has her little puppy named Jace, little cutie patoots. And it's a little tough to film when you have a puppy because, you know, he needs a lot of attention and a lot of supervision. So she said, I don't know. And I said, you know what? I'm fine with holding off a week because I needed to do that too. So yeah, this worked out great. Worked out really, really nice that we could kind of just postpone and do it when we both had more time and felt more free to film. I think that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do the other eye. I'm going to put on all of my face makeup and the finishing touches, and I'll come back and show you how everything came together. So please just hang tight. All right, I am back. This is the finished look. I really like how this look turned out. Although, I know, I took the total easy road out this time around. I put the blue shades on the lower lash line. And you know, sometimes I really do enjoy getting out of my comfort zone when I do palette bingo collabs, but other times, like today, I just felt like staying in my lane. So how I'm looking at this is that you're gonna get more of a safer look on my end, but you're gonna get the wild, dynamic, beautiful, whoa look on Steph's end. So really, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds with this collab, right? I mean, at least I hope so. The rest of my face makeup is on. That will be in the description box, but I did want to go over a couple of things that I used in my finished look today. For my mascara, I used the Rimmel Scandalized Curvalet Mascara in black. This is so cheap. It works so well. I love this mascara. And then for my eyeliner, I used the Illamasqua Liquid Liner in the shade black. I have had this for months. I got this from Ipsy months ago. I mean, I haven't been getting Ipsy for months, and I got this months before that. And this works like it's brand new. I love this. It's so fun to use. And then for my lips, I use the Cara Beauty Metal Liquid Lipstick in the shade Lawless. I haven't used this in a while, and I thought this was a perfect purple shade to go along with the eye look. And I love me some Cara Beauty Liquid Metal Lipsticks. And now let's go over the palette. This is the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence palette that we used together in our palette bingo collab. Steph randomly selected the 6 shades, which are Flapper. I use that in my outer V and in my transition area. Then I use Speakeasy to kind of deepen up the outer V. This shade right here, my favorite. It is gorgeous. I blended out Flapper with Rsvp. It's a very nice shade. I mean, you know, it's kind of a neutral, well, probably the most neutral shade besides this one in the palette, but I think it did a really good job of blending that out. Then I used Champagne, that champagne colored shimmer across the lid, gorgeous. And then I used this shade here, Hope, on the lower lash line, and then this shade here as well, Revival, on the lower lash line too. Now, here's the thing. I really wish I had used this on the upper lid. I know, I could slap myself for not doing that because it's kind of not really doing what I thought it would do on the lower lash line. It's kind of like, not smearing, but just not really staying where I put it. It's kind of like oozing down, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, I mean, it's not the shadow's fault, it's my fault. I just don't think I should have put it there. I kind of get a little bit oily right there, and so I don't know, this texture of shadow just was not perfect for that area, but I do think it looks pretty. This shade here I really like too, although I just put a little stripe of that on my lower lash line. So I think at some point I should get this palette out and use this like on the lid, give it more of a chance. But this shade right here, Speakeasy, absolute favorite matte that I used in this look. And I did love the champagne shade. I mean, all of the shades were beautiful, and I cannot wait to get this palette out and use it again. Steph, thank you so much for getting this for me for Christmas. You are so wonderful to me, and I'm so glad that we both had it in common so that we could use it in our palette bingo collab today. Thank you, my dear. I love you. I cannot wait to see Steph's look with this palette. I know she's created a couple other looks with this palette before on her channel, and they were amazing. So I know this is going to be no less amazing than those two looks. I'm so excited to watch her video. Like I said, I will have Steph's channel linked in my description box. If you have not yet subscribed to Steph, I don't know how that's possible, but you really need to do yourself a huge favor, do me a favor, go and subscribe to her channel and watch her videos. You are going to absolutely love her. She is so amazing, so talented, and she means the absolute world to me. And I want to thank you, Steph, for doing another collab with me, and I can't wait to do many, 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 many more with you. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day or evening to sit down and watch my video. It always means the world to me. If you have subscribed, you would like to subscribe, do not forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're aware of all of my future uploads. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I cannot wait to see you guys again soon. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.